Hello and welcome to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon trailer / information dump discussion. I'm once again joined by Akihiro and AJ.
Did you just say dumb discussion?
Information dump. No, information dump. I don't know, that wasn't potentially the best...
I thought you said dumb discussion. Like, alright.
It wasn't necessarily the best choice of words, but yeah, so anyway, we're joined by AJ and Akihiro, and so a couple things happened. Last night we were talking about a Japanese trailer for Ultra Sun and Moon that dropped, and I was looking through it. I said, hey, we should do a discussion on this, but it's in Japanese, so I thought, well, you know what, I've been trying to learn some Japanese. This would be a good opportunity for me. I'm gonna try and, between what I know and Google, I'm gonna try to work on like a translation. So I stayed up like till 2 AM trying to get just the gist of what was going on in the trailer, and then I wake up in the morning and somebody already subtitled it. So somebody who probably knows what they're doing a lot more than me. But I can verify, because I've looked at the trailer, I can verify from the subtitles that it makes sense with what I was getting translated, so I can verify it's probably a pretty reliable translation. And and then there was also an English trailer that dropped today that was completely different from the Japanese trailer. So we have a decent amount of information to go on. So what I'm going to start out with is playing this, the footage of this Japanese trailer. I'm going to try to freeze frame on the text a little bit so I don't play the whole video at once. So we're going to get going here. We have the 3DS symbol here, of course, and we have a lot of Eclipse imagery in this. And I'm not playing the music here, but it's it's epic music. Just go and look for the trailer yourself. You can find the non-subtitled trailer over on the official Pokemon YouTube, the Japanese one. Anyway, it starts out with a shot of Kukui saying, yeah, once upon a time when ALOLA was covered with darkness. So we're gonna have some kind of legend, addition to the legend or mythology of ALOLA. So when ALOLA was covered in darkness, Pokemon and people in ALOLA counteracted darkness with light.
As you would tend to do.
And then
they just took a flashlight and just went, oh, much better.
And I'm not sure what this text kind of has like a little narrative going on. I'm not sure what the first part is. It says, we absolutely had, and I forget how it connects here.
And it's a blood darkness.
Oh yeah, this one's quick, so I have to pause it real quick here. Burnett says, it's extremely rare, but sometimes a hole opens in the sky over ALOLA. So I assume they're talking about the Ultra Wormholes.
Ultra Wormholes, yeah.
Which we'll get to when we talk about the other trailer, because there's a lot about Ultra Beast and Ultra Space in there.
The way she says that, it almost seems like
darkness.
It's not a sequel.
Yeah, I mean in the last games, right? In the last games, it was kind of like a legend, but this kind of makes it sound like it's rare, but that it's something that's, you know, it's been documented. But
also, Lily's there.
Yeah, that's true. She wasn't there the time before, or was she?
No, she was.
She was, okay. But she left for Kanto in the end of the game, and she changed her outfit.
Oh, I mean Lily, yeah.
Wait,
I don't know about this time. Maybe.
Oh yeah, she's still in her first.
Maybe she'll actually go with you.
She's still in her first outfit, but we know this scene is pretty similar to something that we've already seen. I don't know that the text is different. I think this first scene, I think, well, we definitely didn't have the line about once upon a time when ALOLA was covered in darkness, but I think we might have had where we talked with Kukui and Lily outside of the lab. But anyway, this part here, it says, we absolutely had symptoms of darkness, as it shows Necrozma's face.
Oh, that charismatic face. And these guys.
Yeah, we have these new people who.
These are the new Aether Foundation.
Well, they're called the Ultra Space. What were they called again? Their names are in the next trailer too.
Their name is something.
And yeah, this Shionira, I forget what this person, his name is very similar I checked the English trailer, I think his name is very similar to this. He says, Necrozma controls light, is it robbing ALOLA of light? So it has something to do with Necrozma absorbing the light of ALOLA, I guess. So I guess light and darkness is going to be very much the theme here. Get a good close up there. There's an eclipse. Eclipse confirmed. There's Necrozma coming out of Ultra Wormhole. And
so is this thing Necrozma is a black hole, or like a living black hole?
I don't know, because it does absorb light. I mean, that is something to point out that that black holes. I mean, black holes are invisible to the naked eye, but they trap light. That's why they're called black in terms of no light. So they do absorb light, and light can't escape it. So that could be, well, a theory for another time. So it says this is...
We saw some of the new Ultra Beasts, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. This is no longer...
a game, it's a movie.
Apparently, the way they made this trailer, I was...
The ALOLA you know. So this is no longer the ALOLA you know. So it's kind of hinting at...
foreshadowing...
There's different things.
Dimension.
We've already heard there's different areas, but again, we're gonna get more into, like, this area they're showing right here is gonna be shown more in the English trailer. We're gonna get to see more of what's that involved. And so then we have Guzma saying, making full use of the opponent means making full use of myself, huh? I'm not sure exactly what that means, but then Gladion says, if mom also disappears, and Lucamine says, run away. This says, it's a specter. When I translated it, it said, it's a monster. So I'm gonna assume that she's talking about Necrozma. I'm not sure what the context is there, but you can see Solgaleo and Lunala apparently ride Pokemon now. And we're going up to this thing.
It's what I always wanted.
And there's Necrozma eating the sun, or just putting out the sun. And then we have the logos in Japanese and English, actually. And just some information.
No, it's just his now.
No, it seemed like the sun. It's some giant ball of light. So,
we had that same animation for when he fused with Solgaleo, though, didn't we?
So, I mean, I think it's just an animation that's representative of him absorbing the light of, like, either Solgaleo or Lunala. So, probably. As far as information here, this wasn't so much an informational trailer. I mean, it gave us some bits and pieces, but it was more kind of, it seemed like it was setting the tone of the story. And again, if you go in and you listen to the music, it's some of the most epic music I've ever heard in anything connected to Pokemon, I think.
It's no longer a game, it's a movie.
Yeah. And I think, this, like, one thing I will point out, these little figurines here, some kind of pre-order bonus, apparently.
I'm buying them!
I really want them. I have this sad feeling that they're probably Japan only, so rip.
I don't care.
So,
Amazon really comes through.
I'll go to Japan just to buy them.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get into now I'm gonna play this one at half speed. Let me make sure I am. Yeah, it's playing at half speed. We're gonna play the English trailer, which has a little bit more information that has more to do somewhat with the story, but more with the functionality, what we're actually gonna see in the game.
Oh yeah.
So let's go ahead with that, with Pikachu, as always, saying hey. So we have Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon. Big surprise.
Oh.
Adventure through an Ultra Wormhole. So basically, what we expected, I think, for the most part, with the names Ultra Sun and Moon. It says game footage not final. However, this is footage of us riding on Solgaleo. It almost looks like a little mini-game where we're collecting these orbs of light while traveling to another dimension.
I just want to make a quick little notice.
What?
You notice how you're wearing that gear when you're like going to Ultra Space?
Yeah.
You beat somebody up and then you take their clothes off and you put them on yourself and then you just take them forever.
It very well could be. It kind of reminds me of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire when you wore like either the Aqua gear or the Magma gear when you routed.
Yeah, but in this case you stole it and you beat somebody up over it and you're like.
That would be interesting if that were the case. So now, this is the part of it says Battle Ultra Beasts on their home turf, and this is the part that we saw already with Nihilego in Sun and Moon, where we fought Lucamine when she merged with Nihilego.
Traverse upon the Ultra Space.
No, you just gotta work down a hallway. So now here we have Xurkitree's little thing. We're walking up his arms. And this, I'm not sure who...
That's Buzzwole.
That is Buzzwole? Oh yeah, because they show a volcano erupts. And so, I'm assuming instead of encountering the Ultra Beasts in ALOLA, I guess we're gonna go into Ultra Space and just go into their own little domains. and take them on that way. Oh, that reminds me. Do you guys remember there was this one screenshot, I think, from one of the earlier trailers that was out, and somebody pointed out if you zoom in on the background, that it looked like a tiny little, really far away sprite of Kartana.
Where?
It was in one of the earlier trailers. I'll have to find it for you guys and bring it to you. Maybe, hopefully, if I can find it, maybe I'll put it up right here on the video. But I guess that would go along with all of these. Somebody had speculated, oh, does that mean, like, the Ultra Beasts have their own domain that you go to? And that would seem to go along with this. And now we have that screenshot we saw, which, by the way, nice to Decidueye.
Tell me why this Decidueye is shiny. Does that mean we're all getting shiny starters?
I think it's the lighting. I'm pretty sure it's
definitely the lighting. That's not a shiny color.
But
are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It looks...
The
well,
cowl
I mean...
would be more blue.
It's always possible, but everything's kind of got that washed out color, but I think it goes with the whole, this is Ultra Megalopolis. We saw the little quick scene in the Japanese trailer, and we have these guys who we're going to be introduced to in a minute.
I love the art. Look at that.
Yeah, it's really nice art. It reminds me a lot in this shot of Black City from Pokemon Black.
It really does.
And we have that right there, which is pretty cool. All these reflections of light.
Combating the darkness, I'm guessing.
Well, it says, let's see, it's going to explain a little bit. A world where Necrozma has stolen the light. So the question is whether this is going to exist in ALOLA and Necrozma steals the light, or if, because all the Ultra Beasts kind of have their own domain, and Necrozma kind of, skirts that line between Ultra Beast and not Ultra Beast, so if Necrozma has its own domain in Ultra Space, this could be it, or it could be, I don't know, it could be part of the world of ALOLA that he steals the light from. But anyway, we're gonna walk up here. I think now is when we're gonna get introduced to the new people. I forget their names. I'm gonna, let's see.
It's something like FICO and what's her name?
The Ultra Recon Squad. Yeah, these guys.
Yeah, the old man is named FICO or something.
So now, I don't know if they have any relation to the Aether Foundation. I kind of doubt it, actually, but I do wonder if there's going to be...
you know what?
What?
I remember that other girl's name. It's Solera.
Oh, yeah.
And Solera.
Yeah. Alright, so we have Dulce and Zosi or Zossi?
Dulce and Zosi.
Is it Dulce like Pulse, or is it Dulce,
it's like Pulse,
the Spanish word?
It's just a D. Dulce.
Could be. Kind of makes him sound like he's not very smart.
And Zossi is like saucy. Saucy, but just saucy. Just
also, I'm wondering, if you look at their faces, the parts of their face that I think are exposed are kind of bluish. Is that their...
No, they're just like very, very pale because
there's no light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, because I was gonna say
they're just very pale.
I was gonna say as a part of a visor, but it takes me back to a thing in health class one time. We were learning about how your body produces vitamin D in sunlight, and there was some story about some girl that was, I don't know, in prison or something, and she got so little sunlight that her skin turned gray, and they had to force her outside so that she could get proper amount of sunlight, and that would make sense. Oh wait, here's you know what I just noticed? Here, if you look at the bottom, it says Pokemon Ultra Sun, and we see these two. I bet you in the next shot, if it says Pokemon Ultra Moon, we're gonna see the other two. So these people might be version exclusive. Let's see if we're right. If I'm right about that.
I don't know. If anything, they're just adverts of
See, it does. Usually, when something's ultra or version exclusive, they do that. So.
True.
Oh wow! Look at wait. Let me go back to that. He does like a version of the ALOLA greeting, but he's all robotic. That's kind of cool.
That kind of makes me wonder if where they come from is from like a whole different. It's like it's like an alternate dimension from the hyperspace hole or whatever it is.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, whether. Go ahead, AJ.
I just said maybe.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking whether they started out in like the world of ALOLA or not, or like they could be either from somewhere across Ultra Space, or they could be like. Think like pioneers who have like, because they're there to study maybe Ultra Space, so they'd like camp and live there or something.
But if they got like,
if anything, they live there their whole life, like if they were just from ALOLA, they would have been doing their ALOLA greeting.
What if like
their personal one?
What if like how Looker and that one person was sent here to investigate Ultra Beast? They sent these guys there a while ago, but they got stuck there.
Oh yeah, like they're fallers.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
And so they're talking about aura readings, which always makes me think about Lucario, but it says maybe the effects of the one they call the Island Kahuna. So I guess important trainers have some kind of aura about them. I suppose.
Is that like the totem Pokemon aura thing?
Oh, you know, that's true. That's what they call it when they have a totem boost. And there's a Soliera looking very intense. And then we have the new Ultra Beast.
Look at this thing.
Who is pretty awesome looking. UB Adhesive. Looks like you could like squeeze his head and like poison gas would come out.
And Twitter said it was
one of the first times where an actual trainer has a UB on.
That is true. I was thinking of
Twitter,
that.
I think
it's gonna be like a really hard battle.
What was on Twitter, AJ?
On Twitter, I think they said in Japan it was called UB Sticky.
UB Sticky.
It was.
Ew.
But in this region of the world, it's called UB Adhesive.
Well, I want to make it sound a little more sophisticated. And there's in Pokemon Refresh, just in case you wanted to, you wondered if you could catch it. Apparently that means we will definitely be able to catch it. And then we are introduced to the two UBs that we already saw, the two new UBs. But we get their...
This is my favorite one.
UB Burst, and we get their typing, so Fire Ghost.
The Ghost kind of threw me off, because I thought it was going to be like Fairy or Psychic.
When I told AJ earlier, I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I guess Fire surprised me at first, but I guess he looks like he would deal with explosions and stuff.
He's a firecracker.
Yeah, oh yeah, that makes sense with the little fireworks. Yeah, the Ghost, I don't know, I could see Psychic being a thing. Blown. Psychic or Fairy, but I guess I could see Ghost also. I mean, maybe when we know more about his other moves.
But what I'm surprised about is that he has a freaking special attack that has freaking recoil.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a first, isn't it? But it's because he blows up his own head. So,
yeah.
I mean,
twice he dies.
Let's.
Did a lot of damage though, one shot.
Well, do you think it cuts your HP in half, or it's just that much recoil from Metagross? Because it one-shot Metagross.
It's usually based on how super effective it was against the enemy.
Right.
So like, no.
It did look like it went exactly in half, which I have the Pokemon website pulled up, which we can look at later. It might explain it. Sometimes they explain those things, so we'll find out. Okay, and then we have UB Assembly.
Oh, this one's pretty cool. I was hoping it would be like Rock Ghost, but it's just ordinary
Rock Steel. Unfortunately, not a great type.
It would have been way better if it was like Rock Ghost. Look at it.
I know, right?
It does look.
You instantly assume, this is gonna be a ghost type.
It does look just like a Pokemon version of those Guardians from Breath of the Wild, though.
It just looks like a ghost. Like, I don't see the steel. I see the rock, I don't see the steel.
Like, I'm so mad that it's Rock Steel. It's going to get annihilated by every Pokemon ever that learns Earthquake.
Yeah, I am curious what its stat spread is, but yeah, it's unfortunately not
super bulky enough to live any Earthquake twice in a row.
Alright, so now that we've seen that, well, I guess before we go on, I'll play through it again and, like, what are some of your thoughts on this? I'll play through it one more time and then we'll look at the Pokemon website and see what they have to say.
My thoughts at the end of it is that I really want an Alolan Dragonite.
Yeah, I know. That showed up on the tease there.
I honestly do, low key.
Dragon Fairy would be pretty cool too. Any Dragon Fairy type actually, I would enjoy.
That would actually be kind of redundant.
If this is like a different dimension, is it possible to get new Alolan forms? Because if it's another dimension, other different types of Pokemon could have traveled here instead of the ones we have.
Well, I was thinking of it this way, because they are introducing new Ultra Beast, which effectively is like introducing brand new Pokemon because they have their own Pokedex entries. So it doesn't seem impossible. I mean, I highly doubt they'll have completely new Pokemon other than the Ultra Beasts. It just doesn't seem like they would, but since Alolan forms are just forms of Pokemon that already exist, it seems possible, but they haven't teased it yet, and we're getting closer to when it comes out, so I don't know.
Question is, from that shot of the Ultra Beast place, do they just live in the same world, or are they all from different universes?
Yeah, that's a
We-
good
we were
question.
like- We were led to believe they were from the same universe in whatever place that was, but it looked like there was two completely different universes.
Well, I will
I'm
say.
convinced that
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say the one thing that frustrated me with the story of Sun and Moon, because I thought the story was pretty cool in Sun and Moon, but the thing that frustrated me was that the Ultra Beasts were kind of glossed over. They like. We just kind of got that, hey, they exist, and they're from another dimension, and the legendary Pokemon in this generation kind of look like Ultra Beasts, or they might be Ultra Beasts, but we're not really sure. And there wasn't really much going in. There wasn't even a whole lot of, like, background information, like little Easter eggs or other information. If you went and explored, like, the Aether Foundation files, you could find a little bit of other information, but there wasn't really a whole lot of, like, of lore you could get from it. And I feel like it's looking like they're gonna give more background and more time to explain the Ultra Beasts. I don't know how much they'll do it, but at least they're giving more attention to that, so that should be good.
I just realized something.
I just realized.
What did you both
UB
realize?
Adhesive looks like something from Lilo and Stitch.
Well,
Yes.
that and UB Adhesive was used by the Ultra
the
Beast
trainer?
spectator person, yeah.
Well,
What?
yeah, because
So are they
they're
gonna
more
like give it to you?
specialized.
You're just gonna find your own.
Well, I'm wondering. Well, it showed it in Pokemon Refresh, so I guess that means you can catch your own. But what I'm wondering too, because when they show Burst and Assembly, it's the same kind of animation of when we met the Ultra Beasts in the wild. But are there going to be, like, it might just be these Ultra Recon people, but are there going to be other? Is that just going to be the only? They didn't show whether it's just going to be one of the Ultra Recon people that has UB Adhesive, or are the other Ultra Recon members going to have their own Ultra Beasts? Are there more that we don't know about? It seems like they should have more than 3 new ones introduced. So, are they going to have a team of exclusively Ultra Beasts? Because they live in Ultra Space.
Now, I'm more curious to know what the hell that thing was in the back of the of the ending screen there, like both Sun and Moon. See, look at that.
Oh, wait, it's gonna come back.
Everyone's always like trying to figure out what that is ever since ever since someone's seen it. It's like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Someone
What are
said
those eyes?
someone said they thought it was Necrozma without his armor or something.
If
I don't
anything, that's Necrozma's true form.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, not only it will have like these armor forms, but it's going to have like this true form that you could just that you don't really need either Solgaleo or Lunala for, or you just need them both for it. I don't know.
It would be interesting. Well, it's kind of like, well, I was thinking one thing, because this it reminds a lot of people of Black 2 and White 2. And one thing that some people wanted that we never really got was, you know, you could fuse Kyurem with either Reshiram or Zekrom, but we never got the original dragon, which would be all 3 of them together.
It was kind of hinted at in like different online games, but like not like in an official Pokemon game.
Right, we never officially got any idea of what that original dragon might have been.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, any other thoughts on this before we go on to the website?
I'm getting Ultra Sun.
I'm getting both, but I kind of was already.
So, just realized something. A glow in the middle. It's also on the box art on the side.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It is.
You
You
need
put
like
them
both
together.
boxes to like put them. Oh, you know what? That kind of fuels my my idea that you need them both to get that.
That's true. It could happen if you put them together. They can, because you know, something again that I thought was really a cool feature, but kind of a missed opportunity. Although I understand why they did it the way they did, was where you could kind of go through. After you beat in post game, you could go cross into what's essentially the other version of the game, and that's where you get Cosmog. The only thing was, I thought it was weird that, like, okay, you're in the other version of the game, but you still have your game's version exclusives. But it was kind of a cool way to, you know, flip the day and night. But what I'm wondering if there would be a way, like, if that could happen, like with this, you could go into the other game and end up with both. Although in Sun and Moon, you still had to trade your Cosmog away before it could evolve into the other into the other version mascot. So, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be any similar feature to that in Ultra Sun and Moon, but it's something interesting that they could do more with, I think.
Possibly.
Alright, let's check out. I haven't been to the website at all yet, so I'm just gonna kind of go through, try to find where they have any new information.
I think this is the only new information I have. The other two aren't on here yet.
It might be. I'm gonna look through it in case, but so we'll see. We 2 feet tall UB adhesive. The poison pin Pokemon. I believe it shares that with the Nidoran family. Fun fact. UB adhesive displays many emotions. It is said to be able to understand human speech if it spends enough time together with them.
Ooh, a talking Pokemon.
Does that mean other Ultra Beasts don't understand human speech?
I don't know, but it says it's in past Pokedex entries. There have been Pokemon like Dragonite and Lapras where they also say something like, "This Pokemon is very intelligent and can understand human speech." So I don't know. So let's see. Their large heads are filled with venom, and they fire this venom from the poisonous needles on top of them. So we just have shots from the... Oh, we see the two, depending on which version you have, which trainer will have it. And look at how happy he is.
Well, he's freaking adorable.
I'm kind of sad it's only poison. It's kind of...
It's the perfect thing to destroy fairies. All the Tapus will be gone except Lele.
In this meta, poison is really, really good.
Oh, no, meta. It's kind of sad it's only poison type.
Now, what could be cool, just for the fact that I don't think we've ever had this type combination before, would be poison and psychic.
That would have been pretty cool. It would have been pretty cool if this thing was poison.
Missed opportunity, Game Freak.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's see. In addition to Ultra Sun and in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, players will be able to meet new Ultra Beasts in addition to UB Adhesive. Which Ultra Beast they may encounter will differ between Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon. In Ultra Sun, it will be UB Burst, an Ultra Beast with a peculiar habit of making its own head explode. So yeah, that explains the recoil damage. In Pokemon
Ultra Sun, then.
Ultra Moon, players will be able to meet UB Assembly, the Ultra Beast that has the appearance of a stone wall. So I'm wondering,
Ultra Moon,
are these going to be the only version exclusive and the only new Ultra Beast? I mean, they could just have not revealed any new information yet. Let me see if we have anything else at all new. That seemed like the extent of what they were going to say. We can kind of skim through this though, because we haven't done an update video on every single information release.
Oh yeah, they added new mons.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like they added more mons to the game. Sweet.
Yeah, now what I don't get though is why in here...
a different dimension to it.
Yeah. What I don't get though here is like in this screen they show the only Pokemon, I'm pretty sure, that on this screen that wasn't in the ALOLA Dex was Lucario. I could be wrong.
No, you can find it there.
It was in the original ALOLA Dex?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was in Pony Island somewhere.
Okay. So then this screen has, I believe, these are all Pokemon you couldn't find before, right? And
you couldn't find any of those.
This is already, you know, same ALOLA forms.
Wait, regular Alolan? Wait, regular Exeggutor?
Wait, there are Pokemon that says they'll be returning from their appearance in Pokemon Sun and Moon. So basically they're just confirming there's still these Alolan forms. And you can find Wild Houndoom and Manectric.
Oh, look at that, you can find...
Version exclusive.
You can find those now.
Version exclusive.
Houndoom exclusive to Sun and Manectric exclusive to Moon.
Nobody really cares about that.
And the same... Alolan Vulpix and Sandshrew are the same version exclusive.
Pokemon Wraithed in Mystery?
New Pokemon forms have been found appearing in the world of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon. These forms are reminiscent of the legendary Pokemon that appeared in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, Solgaleo, Lunala, and Necrozma. How are these Pokemon related to the legendary Pokemon that appeared in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon? Well, first of all, these two are the legendary Pokemon that appeared in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, but there we have Necrozma. They're not gonna, they don't show the forms though, because they revealed the names of the forms, how when Necrozma merges with Solgaleo and Lunala, they're not forms of Solgaleo and Lunala, they're forms of Necrozma. Again, like Black and White Kyurem. Featured Pokemon, there we have the new Lycanroc Dusk form. We have Kamo-O with its Z move, the special Rockruff, the Necrozma. Oh, I wonder, here, let me see if we can click on these guys. So yeah, there's types. There's the type. So let me see.
Rampart Pokemon.
Let's see if it will mention anything else. While UV assembly may appear to be made up of stones stacked on atop one another, apparently each stone is in fact a separate life form, and this UV is made up of an assemblage of these life forms, so I guess that explains all the eyes.
That would fuel the ghost typing war.
Yeah, that would have been
the
a
souls
cool...
of each block.
That would have been a cool...
If it was rock ghost, it would have been way better for competitive. Just saying.
It would be a...
It would be 10 times better.
And that would be
okay.
unique, right? There's no rock ghosts?
There was
literally everything.
There. Wait, what did it say?
Earthquake.
When confronting another engaged, something...
The eyes on each of these begin to glow red.
That was something else.
Freaking... Okay, now look at this typing, right? Now, tell me what Mon cannot learn Earthquake.
Entei for some
or
reason.
Any ground type move.
Entei.
Or any ground type move, period.
Fireworks Pokemon.
Okay, this is a 5'11" Ultra Beast that's only 28.7 pounds.
Oh.
That's crazy.
That is.
I like how his
kinda ugly.
His firecracker
Well
head is like done in a different style from the rest of its body. It's kind of pop art-ish, like without an outline.
Yeah.
And what I'm kind of surprised about is that this thing is either going to be better or worse than Chandelier.
I mean, I guess those are the only two options other than being the same.
I mean, with the game constantly telling you that that this freaking Pokemon called Guzzlord is like the strongest Pokemon in existence, and then there's freaking Hydreigon that's like 10 times better than it. It's like, oh, what?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what they do, obviously, with the stat distribution, because that kind of makes everything. You and I were talking about this the other night, Sarakihiro, about how, well, my impression was, because all the Ultra Beasts have, like, really lopsided stats. They'll excel in, like, 2 or 3 stats, and then be pretty poor in the other 2, but the other ones. But, like, for instance, I looked at Pheromosa, and she has, like, what, the super high, like, well, base 130, I think.
Yeah, she's
in attack,
she's
special
like
attack.
the second fastest Pokemon in the game, like right behind of what's his face, Ninjask.
Yeah, it was like attack, special attack, and speed. So it's 3 really good offensive stats. But then with Guzzlord, he's got like phenomenal, like what, base 250 or something HP, something ridiculous.
Yeah, his HP is like the highest in the game.
And then his attack is like, you know, above average, and then everything else is kind of bad or so-so.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, it's like they made him. To me, it's like they made him excel too much in just HP.
Yeah.
It was kind of a miss, but we'll see what they do with this thing that makes its head explode.
I mean, I'm not saying this thing might not be powerful. I'm just saying that Pokemon likes to overhype things, and it's like you get disappointed after hearing so much about it in the game, and then you find out it's like hot trash.
They gotta,
like, oh.
They have to make you want to catch it, no matter what.
Like, I'm not saying this thing might not be good or not. I'm just saying that it might end up being.
It explains. Wait, let me see. With this fire type,
so much text.
Oh, it does say with this fire type special move, the user sacrifices half of its maximum HP to deal damage. It seems par for the course for UV Burst, which attacks others by blowing up its own head. And despite its comical appearance, this move packs some serious power. So yeah, it always cuts your maximum HP in half. So it's like Curse for ghost types.
I'm curious what the base damage for that attack is going to be.
Hey, what if you Z-move this?
Oh my gosh.
What if you Z-move that?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so...
a collection of curious sparks and appears to move.
We out here Okoing rock
appears to have a wondrous ability to freely remove its own head and make it explode. I was looking at a new one.
Yeah. I'm thinking they'd have to really... Based on that move, when you think of it, when, like you said, if you make it a Z move, they'd have to really mess up this guy's stats for him to not be at least pretty darn good.
Yeah, because like base power.
Banana.
What?
What I missed now? You missed the top text.
It's top text.
Above, up top.
Oh, this one?
Yes.
Did I? Oh, I did miss that one, didn't I?
Did.
UV Burst tricks targets into letting their guard down as it draws near with its funny gait, swaying this way and that, then shocks them by blowing up its own head without warning. Before they can recover their senses, it steals their vitality, which is said to use as a source of energy. So there's a great connection to the Chandelure family again, actually. Like you were mentioning, Sarakihiro, because Litwick is known for stealing the life force of people.
Huh.
So I think that about covers it then. So I don't know, anything. I guess we can wrap up pretty soon, but anything else you guys want to add on this new information that we got?
Well,
Well, to be honest, I've been thinking about UB Burst a lot. Like, I've been thinking this thing's going to be having very similar stats to Circuitry, if not worse or better.
I forget what his spread was.
Circuitry had, like, base 72 speed or something like that. And, like, it was, like, very strong special attack and, like, really bad at everything else.
No, it's like base 89.
I feel like it would make sense for Burst to be faster, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm trying to, like, okay, what would you get, like, alright, let's start with maybe the easier one. With UB Assembly, what would you expect, like, the stats that it's gonna have really high?
Like,
I would expect it to have, like, a really high defense stat, but, like, a really low HP stat.
I could see that.
And maybe a decent attack stat, and then, like, a really low Spadef stat or something like that.
It's gonna be super slow.
Yeah, I think that's pretty certain. And yeah, I guess I'd imagine. Well, and then with Burst, I guess it's got to have high special attack.
I think it's gonna have some decent.
If anything, it's gonna, like, the lowest special attack stat I'm expecting this thing to have is it's maybe around like 120 at minimum.
Yeah,
or, like,
I could see
and
that
like
more.
lowest I'm expecting it to be at least 100, maybe 90, 98 or some random number, but you never know.
I could see it being pretty high. Like I could guess something like, well, it depends on what they want to give to his other stats. Like if they want to make his other stats really crummy, then I would say
it doesn't really look that defensive. So
right. I mean, I could see him going like up to like 160 special attack if they sacrifice, like, don't give him anything else really great in his other stats.
He might just be like, he might just have like base 40 defense. Just look at it.
Yeah, I mean, he can't be very defensive. What is your thought? Like, he could be like Circuitry, or could he be like a special Pheromosa?
Well, I know he's not going to be as fast as Pheromosa. So
no, probably not as fast.
I can guarantee you that. And I don't really know what to say about special attack stat because, like, he used this attack on a Metagross, which is super effective either way. So I have nothing to really say about that unless it's I just don't know because I can't really get a good read on its base power when it's it's stab, it's super effective, and it's from.
Yeah, I mean,
generally, moves like this is like really like fairly strong.
I mean, other like, we want to call them like ultimate type moves, things like that require recharging, like Hyper Beam or Giga Impact, or things that are recoil like Flare Blitz or Volt Tackle. They're somewhere in the 120 to 150 base power range, right?
Alright.
So I mean, it could be something like that. But since you're sacrificing half your HP. On the one hand, since that's a lot, I could see it having a higher base power since you can basically only use it once unless you have a recovery option. Or the other way I could see it going is because it's guaranteed half health if it has, like, say, a low HP stat or something.
If anything, what's going to happen with this HP stat is that you're going to cut your HP in half just to deal double what you spent. Maybe that's why they say it's strong.
That could be the case too. If that's the case, I don't know what. I wonder if what its HP will be like. Because if it has a high HP stat, that would be pretty busted.
It'll be banned in 2 seconds by Smogon and be like, nope.
Well, I mean, but even so, if the calculation works that way, I mean, I guess you could say the EV spread, you would pour everything into max HP for that attack. But
it'd be pretty good for wall breaking.
It did give the super effective sound effect though, didn't it? I mean, we didn't watch it with sound,
sure
but so if it's based on type effectiveness, it's probably not a set based on a set number.
No, I mean, like, that's just what the base power is going to be, like.
That could be.
Like, if you spend 70 HP, the base power will be like 140.
It could kind of be like you think about like the way that eruption or water spout are calculated. That's the amount of HP that you have. But based on the amount of HP that you lose, that determines the base power of it. That could be.
If that's how it would go, wouldn't it need like a higher base HP stat just to be good
Well, but the other thing is, if it has too high of a base HP stat, then the move becomes basically broken.
That's why they make you spend half your HP just so it always feels like a decent amount.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess we'll see. So, we're what, like a month and a half away from Ultra Sun and Moon coming out, right? I mean, it's coming pretty quickly. And we've actually gotten very little information. I mean, it's understandable that we get less information than we did for Sun and Moon, because those were completely new, and there will be some, returning things. Most of the world will probably be the same. A lot of the main story points, well, I don't know if a lot of the main story points will be the same, because it seems like the overall, like, the overarching story is going to be very different, but the whole process of the part of it that's the island trial will probably be basically the same, other than there's a new trial, one or maybe more than one new trial, but that part will be the same. We're doing the island challenge. We know a lot of features that are returning, so it's understandable why we're not getting as much information. But I'm still wondering, like, you guys think that they've got more information that they're going to keep hidden, or is it going to be kind of like we're going to know just about everything that's new by the time these games come out?
It feels like when Sun and Moon came out. Like, before it came out, they dropped, like, everything on us.
Yeah, I mean,
like here's what you expect from the game.
Like, back to back, like,
yeah,
while we were waiting.
Anything that wasn't...
they were, like, waiting.
Well, anything that wasn't released was pretty much found out with the data mining, and, something that's interesting is that I happen to look at just a very small amount of the things that were leaked, because I tried not to spoil myself too much, but there were a couple of things that I did find out. But like, one of the things, for instance, was how much they revealed. So just to give an example, there were a certain amount of Alolan forms revealed, and I thought, well, I had heard someone say that in the data mine that they found, oh, there's an Alolan Geodude, and that was one that they hadn't revealed. So I thought, oh, cool, so there's more that they haven't revealed. I can't wait to find out all the Alolan forms they haven't revealed. And it turns out that Alolan Geodude was the only one they didn't publicly announce before the games came out.
Like, well, it's just Geodude, somebody really cares.
But it was kind of a letdown that was the only one they kept secret. Or tried to.
I don't know why. It's just the one cares about.
The thing about this time is that if you notice, most of the stuff that they're revealing is either pre-order stuff or version exclusive stuff.
This is true.
They haven't revealed any new Alolan forms. Well, they revealed a few Pokemon that you could be meeting, be seeing in the game now and then, but that might not be all of them. We've only seen like these 3 new UVs. We've seen where we're going and stuff, but Pokemon-wise, we've only seen version exclusive stuff.
This is true.
So that, like, because that's understandable, because like you want people to know. Because people would want to know which game they can get which Pokemon in. Yeah. And which one they want more. So that makes more sense. But they're not revealing as much information as they were last time.
Right. Well, I guess...
And we're getting near.
I guess there's only one way to find out. So, I mean, I guess we'll about wrap it up for this time. If there is any other, like, significant release of information, as long as we have the opportunity to talk about it, we might do another discussion, but we're getting really close. I'm imagining there might be one more significant information release, but I can't imagine there being more than that, since we're only a month and a half away, so I guess we'll have to see. So we're gonna wrap it up now. I'd like to thank AJ and Sarakahiro for joining me today in this discussion, and we'll see what happens next time, if we can do another discussion, or if we'll just have to wait until the games come out to find out the rest. Oh, but one last thought about UB Burst is that his exploding head looks like those dots candy that it goes on like a white sheet, and it's just all these dots.
I hate that candy so much.
I don't think I've ever really, I might have had it once when I was really little, and I didn't understand it, I think, but it looks...
wasn't that good. Like, the pepper kept getting stuck in the back of the candy whenever you like pop it off, and it's just stinky.
Well, that's the other thing, because it basically looks like a sheet of stickers.
Never even heard of dots candy.
Is it called dots, or is that something else?
Well, nobody really knows what they're called. It's like the most irrelevant candy ever made. So, like, some people might know what it is, but a lot of the time people don't, because it's just irrelevant to anything anymore.
Because I was thinking, I think dots might actually be that gumdrop candy, but whatever it is, it literally looks like that. Just little different flavored dots on a sheet of paper. But with that thought... I guess we all know what we're naming it now. Dots. Dots.
D-O-T-Z.
Yeah. With that thought, we're gonna get out of here, so we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Fidget spinner.